Good morning, story time. This is the second one of the series, but this time it's not about Ethan. It's about my experience hunting with my dad. First time going deer hunting with my dad, or any kind of hunting. That was probably when I was in 6th grade. I have no idea before then. I can't remember. I think I was fourth or fifth grade. During gun season, this is the first time going out. Oh, one of the first times going out, and it was gun hunting. He had his little pistol rifle thingy, and so we got out there. And we sit there for a couple hours out there, just sitting out there by a tree, not in a tree stand like I do now, but we're sitting there. He was I was looking to my right. I was like, deer, deer, deer. I was so feeling excited. I was yelling it, and everything. So I was yelling, like I was like very excited. And he was like, deer. And I was like, deer. And he was like, what? And all of a sudden that deer just started jogging, running. So he just shoots around. I was like, he says that he thinks he missed one. I missed him. And I was like, Dad, no, you hit him. I hit him. I seen him drop. Or he went down the hill. But ended up attracted. I was finding blood. He was letting me find blood and track him first time. So I was tracking him. And all of a sudden, I was like, Dad, deer. Dad, I found a deer. And oh, there was a big doe. It was a big doe. And then, so then, following, the same year, bow hunting, we went out a couple times in public. Didn't see anything, but it was fun. Like, you see tons of squirrels, like, make stuff up, like, hey, maybe one day, the squirrels are gonna have guns to hunt us, and everything. It was kind of hilarious. And we'll just do that during turkey hunting. Same thing. I went goose hunting with them that year too. It was when everybody went hunting together. It was me, my dad, my grandpa, and my uncle usually went out together. And so I went. My cousin came with us. He sat in the blind with me, or the same blind because you're young. He could have fit. Now he can't because I'm big. And so so that was that year. That was the next year. I think I only went bow hunting. I didn't go gun hunting, but we were just sitting there and we're just seeing tons of turkeys there, turkey that, and I was more excited to go hunting, get the chance to shoot an animal, get a deer, take a deer, and everything. I was more excited than that, but I had to wait 2 years. The following year, they changed it. I was 10 that following year. They changed the rule to being 10 to, or the 12 to the 10-year-old. You had to be 10 years old to hunt. So that happened, and we went out deer hunting the first year. Didn't see nothing. I think the first year I missed a deer. I missed a doe just underneath her. Then the next year I missed another one. I'm just going to go to gun hunting because that's the only time I was really went hunting. Then third year I missed again. Oh, I didn't see anything the third year. Then that year, so I was 13 then. That's my first year goose hunting, and I was able to hold a gun and shoot. It was just me and my dad this time. Excuse me. And then we just messed around, like, cause we just didn't really care, cause the geese were too high, and that was the only time we wanted to get something that year, so, because we were kind of prepared to hunt with 2 people. Then, so the 4th year, this was 2011, I'm confused about my ages right now, but I shot my first buck. It was a 4-point buck, first year in the world at 2 a.m. in the morning. Oh, it wasn't 2 a.m. It was like 7 or so. I can't remember. But in my mind, it was at 2 a.m. So it's like at 2 a.m. I shot my deer, and it wasn't at 2. It wasn't. It was way too early. I woke up later than that. Later on, so like then the next year deer hunting, we've seen nothing. It was a bad year. I like to start this part of the story, and so we get out of the tent, walking out. We walk through this marsh, and me and him unloaded our guns, and then right after I unloaded my guns, I was like, deer, it's a buck. And I was waiting, I got reloaded, I got my gun up right away as fast as I can, and waited until I get out of that marsh. Never got out of the marsh, so me and him, he finally reloaded his gun, and so me and him walk towards where we last seen him. He gets up, and he started jogging. He was already shot already. My dad shot, he missed, and I hit him with drops. So later, we were looking for what happened, why he was running so slow. So he was shot in the back, not in the backpack, where the head protective, by his butt, on his leg, so he wasn't moving. He wasn't really running, so he got drafted. It was a nice 8-point, a little tiny 8-point. So like, yeah, it's it's kind of hard. So he took pictures, he got it. But it's funny, this thing, my uncle and my cousin came down. We have a hill on our property. We have a hill, and they were watching. Carter was like watching us just because if we miss the deer, he will shoot. And it was kind of funny because it was this kind of hilarious watching him shooting a deer. You know, it's pretty cool. Like, yeah, wow. I wasn't expecting him to be there already, but he just walked down. Sorry. So they came down. He was in graduation. We were celebrating. So we got all that field dressed and everything. This is the last day. It was a Sunday. And we're leaving that afternoon. So that was it. Got both of them European mounted. And then the following year after that, I was able to hunt by myself, but I didn't have a gun rifle, so I borrowed my Uncle Grandpa's gun rifle. And yeah, then I got my first year hunting by myself. I loved hunting by myself. It went so fast, I was kind of mad because it was over, and those 2 days were over. So of course I had to wait until next year. So next year, I think that was 2014, so 2 years ago. I got my new rifle, and 270 Savage Axis, and so I shot one. Shot one that go 30 yards, dropped, and well, it was a big deer, a decent sized deer, for first time hunting, second time hunting with my new rifle. So, next year 2015, so that year, there was no deer. Okay, now this 2015, so that's the past year, I finally got my bow. So I went bow hunting. So first time I went bow hunting, went by myself, and of course didn't see anything until like 5 minutes before dark. And I wasn't able to shoot because I spooked both of them, stalking them. And then every week I went out, basically. Every week I got closer, except for the following. But then I think the third week, me and Ethan went out for some bow hunting together. So yeah, and then we saw a buck and then a doe. Then in the afternoon we didn't see anything. And then the following week we had to go to his grandparents' house. This is when it gets interesting. There was a buck, a buck, 4-point buck, standing 30 yards. I stood up, I drew back. Aiming where I was supposed to aim, I missed right underneath it. I was disappointed, very disappointed. But then, I learned from a mistake. Next week, later, another deer, me and him went out, another deer came out. Oh, the next week me and Dad went out. And Ethan wasn't able to come with me. My dad was sitting, I think, 50 yards behind me or so. And I was in the tree stand. We call it the goat stand. That was because one time we went out, we couldn't find the stand. So yeah, we call it the goat stand. And then getting there, another half an hour in daylight, eight does come walking right underneath my stand. So I showed up before they got there. Of course, I drew on the first one coming in because usually the first one is the adult doe, the big doe. So I shoot, and I flippin' miss right above the deer. And I'm kind of glad I missed, because if I shot that high, you would have been wounded. And I didn't feel like wounding the deer that day. I didn't never want to. So Dad texted me saying, "See anything?" I was like, "I just missed a deer." And he was like, "But I meant where he was like 50 yards to the property line to my left. If you're walking into the path, you keep going straight. You keep going on straight from the path where we park. You go in there, he was in that little corner with the pine trees and everything. He was in there. So I texted him, "Hey, be ready, the deer are gonna come." But I thought he was behind me, 60 yards behind me, on that property line behind me. That's what I thought he was talking about. But I was right there, all the different deer walked right up there. And I was like, No, come on, dude. Come on, let's go. So, you, then a week later, Ethan and I went hunting. Wait. Yeah, I think so. I think it was a week later. Me and him went hunting again. And we didn't see, I think we didn't see anything that day. Yeah, we didn't see anything that day. Then, after that week, we slowly began going by myself. Like a week later, I know I went by myself, and no, I didn't go hunting that next week. But then the following week after that one, I did go out. I think it was the week before bow season, gun season opening. So I hunted Saturday morning, didn't see anything. Went Saturday afternoon, and a doe coming from the road to straight to our stand, the ghost stand. I'm still hunting ghost stand all season. Walks 30 yards. I think it was like 10 minutes after the light, like I was able to shoot. I see my pins and everything. So I pulled back, I drew back, get there. I released the arrow. And immediately, my heart was pumping. Everything was going nuts. This is called adrenaline, guys, if you guys didn't know. So I watch her run off and disappear. So I get down to the street stand, head to the car, plug my phone in because my phone died. It was really cold. So I waited until it charged. I went up to check my arrow, how bloody that was. It was full blood, a lot of blood on it. And you think, oh, this is going to be a good deer to track. A lot of blood's going to be on the ground. Because the tree next to the arrow, I think from like at least 2 feet down, was covered in blood. And you think, oh yeah, this is going to be good tracking, easy tracking. She's down across that little marsh. I lost her. When I lost her, I thought she was down there. And instead, then I went back. My phone was charged, so I called my dad. He didn't pick up. I called my mom, didn't pick up. They're at his funeral thing. So I texted him, hey, call me when you're done with the funeral. I might have got a deer. So then I called my brother and my sister, and I asked them, hey, you know, when my dad and mom are done with the funeral, and he was like, no. So Dad kept calling. I called Ethan, and it's the only time Ethan's going to be out. I call him. It's like, hey, can you and your dad come and help me check my deer that I might have shot? That I shot. And I was like, I know Ethan could. And then he called saying no, he couldn't. Like, I was scared. It didn't affect me as much. He didn't care. Cause I know sometimes my dad would call. My dad did call before I called him. I was texting him before he called me, and being that it was a little far back, I knew it was a little far back. So I thought he'd be dead because he go home, he gets home, we drove out there, and I was like, he said, where'd you shoot? I said, no, wait, a little back, and then we get there, and he said, his tail was wiggling. It was like up or down, down. It was like, we have a deer. And I was like, okay, more excited. And I was like, yeah, no, it's not dead. Like in my head, yeah, it's not a dead deer. And so I'm glad I said that to myself to get my high hopes and stuff. So we get there. He immediately found blood. He found blood, tracked it, didn't get scares. it will get smaller, then big, small, 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 small. One big one, and that was it. It was gone. And that was it. Done. My dad went out the next morning, looked on grid, searched the whole property. No dead deer. So yeah, I couldn't find them deer trotting around. So this will be it for the story time number 2. Comment on things. I might make a news another series. If you guys ask me questions and comments, I'll answer them. But before then, I have to get at least quite a few comments. So good night, story time. And comment if you. I'm sorry about all my breathing. I know it sucks. My mouth is right next to my mic. I have to because it's attached to my head, or it won't sound good if I put.